Alright, I'm going to start on this RX-8. I'm going to just get all these little clips off. I'm not going to video the whole lot, but yeah, just get all this off, and then I'll chuck them all in there and I'll show you the next step. Loosen those suckers up, and then I'll show you the next bit. These things can be a bit of a prick. That one's not bad, but some of them strip out. You can use something like this, just pry them out. Once you've done that, there's a go under here. There's a Phillips head screw. I don't know if you can see it. It's there somewhere. Takes this light off. You do that on both sides. Once you unscrew it, it'll look like that. Just unplug that. These screws here, I'm going to keep them all handy and put them back into the car so I don't lose them once I take the bar off. Yeah, as I said before, do the same thing around the other side. Alright, this side's done as well. Now, what we need to do is we need to get underneath here and undo all these bolts. There's a couple of Phillips head and a couple of 10mm by the looks of it. So we'll undo all those, starting from here all the way to the other side. Alright, just unclip it from there and then do the same on the other side. I believe you just, yeah, that's it, it's unclipped. And you'll probably need to undo a couple of the wires from the back for these fog lights and the headlight squirters if they actually are hooked up. Alright, so you have to get these white clips out of there as well. And then once you do that, it's pretty much ready to come off. I'll get someone to give me a hand. So anyway, you'll unplug that from the fog lights, and then this will have to be unplugged as well, both sides, and that's your bar. And then obviously make sure you don't let that get caught in the hole here. That's it, pretty much. Alright, so once you've got the bar off, then I guess this is what you'll see. You'll see your oil cooler. If you're overseas, you'll probably have an oil cooler on this side as well. And then all this shit here, I'm going to take all that crap off, all that's coming off. And all that plastic shit as well. So, yeah. This is a fairly decent under tray still. Obviously that's got to come off as well so I can do some work. So yeah, I'm going to unbolt this as well. Get it out of the way for now. Alrighty, that's where I'm at for now. Bolts are back in. Yeah, I have to get that off. I might wait for the sun to go down a bit. It's bloody hot at the moment. So the under tray's off. Yeah. All you need to do is take that out there, drain the water, and then there's another, I don't know if you can see it up there in the middle of the block, to drain the water that's in the block, because there's a fair bit. Also, I'll be draining the oil. And looking at this whole setup here, while I was sitting over there having a bit of a break and having a drink of water, I was thinking to myself, how am I going to get this engine and transmission out? And I've worked it out. I believe it'll work. I'll show you as soon as I give it a go. But yeah, I'm 99% confident. Yeah, I think it's going to be a piece of piss. So I've put a drip tray down, 15 litres, all I could find. I'm hoping. Geez, that's tight, isn't it? I might actually have to, I'll get a bigger screwdriver. So it was pretty tight. I ended up using this thing here. And now I'm gonna hopefully be able to drain this without getting shit all over the floor. Let's go, let's see this. Okay, ready? Oh, okay, a couple of drops there, but apart from that, pretty happy. Loosen that off. And there, she'll pour out. There we go. Beautiful. So yeah, it's as easy as that. I mean, a couple of drops, stray drops on the side, but just take your time. Get rid of the fluids. That way you're not going to be carting coolant and oil and shit around all over the place. Yeah, I'll let that drain out, and then what I'll do, I'll empty it out, and I'll get underneath and take the bolt off the block and drain what's left in there. Looks nice and clean, but alright, there's a bolt up there, a nut or whatever you want to fucking call it. It's got a fucking open ender on it. I think it's the right one. I've got this container down here. It's a bit of a prick because yeah, I'll get it, I think. It's just a pain in the ass because this is an auto and it's got the automatic transmission lines there. Normally you got heaps of room, but anyway, it is what it is. That should not, oh here we go, you can see it dripping. That's the right one. I'm just going to position myself so I don't get covered in fucking water. Yeah, okay, alright. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Just let it sort of come out a bit like that first, I think. And then I'll take the bolt out altogether in a minute and try not to freaking soak myself. So anyway, the mud of a thing ended up soaking my spanner. But yeah, it's all good. It didn't soak me. I got out of there in time. So yeah, that's sort of drained enough. I might just chuck that screw back in, or the bolt back in, the nut, whatever you want to call it. What an awkward position. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that. I'm going to turn the camera off and do this. Alright, the bolt's back in after 10 minutes of fucking around. I've got advice for you. If you've got an automatic transmission, don't take that bolt out unless you got fucking Lego fucking hands the size of fucking midget, because it'll take you fucking 3 hours to put the cut back in. So I've got the coolant reserve bottle out, a few other hoses. So as you can see, these hoses are pretty corroded on there. So I just get the vice grips like that, just move it around a bit and that loosens them off. Probably going to get all new hoses anyway eventually, so, but I still don't want to break anything. Alright, it's 2 days later, and yeah, I don't know what I was up to in the last section of my video, don't remember, but anyway, what I plan on doing today is I've made a little area in the boot here because I don't have any more containers at the moment. I'm going to put some stuff in there. Plan is I want to keep the wiring hooked up so that I can kick it over, but I'll take all the rest of the bits and pieces off the top that I can for now, and then we'll go from there. Alright, since the last time, throttle body's off. All these things are freaking loose. I've got to loosen that still. Bracket for the cores is off. Yeah, boring. So this pulley here can only go on one way. So yeah, I'll probably take that out of there as well. I just want to get it all out of the way, because I want to see if I can crack that while the engine's still in the car. So the alternator's off. Obviously with the intake, you've got the dipstick for the auto, so that's got to come off as well. This connection here, I'll get rid of that in a minute as well. One bolt in the back there, can't even see. There's one here, one there, and then I believe there's a couple under there as well. But yeah, getting there. Boring as. Alright, the bolt at the back of the intake, which is, I don't know if you can see it, turn the torch on, still got any power, right in the back there. It's loosened. I've cracked it already, but you need to have yourself a little socket set like this with a bit of a universal joint on it, and then because these bolts, as you can see, look how rusty they are.
You only get one shot at it. If you fuck the first shot, you fucked it. You won't get the bolt out. So make sure it's on there properly. Alright, that's all loosened up. I've just got to unplug those cables in the back there for the solenoids. And that'll be it. Alright, the upper part of the intake's off. I'm just going to take that up. Even though the motor's coming to pieces, I'm taking it to pieces, I still don't want to drop shit in there or get shit in there. So, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I don't know. Comparing it to a freaking 6-port, I think it looks like it's less congested for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm just that used to looking at it. But anyway, that's it. We've got some room now. The next thing I'll be getting rid of is probably this oil filter. Get that out of the way. Oh, actually no, I don't want to get any shit in there either, so I'll leave that till a bit later on. I'll get the air conditioner off, undo these automatic transmission lines, undo the heater hoses, and then I'll leave the fuel line for last. And obviously the wiring harness as well. But I still want to leave all that intact so I can crank it over and try to crack this nut, as I've told you probably 10 million times before. Alright, so what have we got in here? Drive belts, part of the intake, throttle body, coil clamp, bracket, pulley, alternator bracket, alternator, upper intake, and then another pulley there. So I'm just going to leave all that in there. I'll probably shut the boot now for the last time, because I don't really need to put anything in the boot there anymore. There's really not much bulk to take off this. Muffler, header pipe, take this crap off, undo the oil lines, undo these are going to be a bit of a prick, I reckon, these automatic transmission lines. Yeah, but we're getting there, and then I can sort of get underneath it. I won't do that today, tomorrow, and have a look at those brackets that hold the transmission up. Bob's my uncle, Bill's my aunt. This shit's magic, bro. Almost there, bro. That's it. Got a couple of bricks and a bit of hardwood under there. I'm just going to lower it down. See what happens. Alrighty, I'll take the weight right off it, see how it holds, but I'm going to put that ram back on there, like I'll let the weight of it. Ah, that's good, man. That's awesome, bro. I'll just... That's it. Leave it like that. What I'll do, eventually, I need to hunt down some more decent timbers, and I'll do the other side as well, and then I can get to the engine mounts and all that sort of bullshit. Alright, I want to see which way that rotates. Hey guys, what's happening? Here's one for you
freaking all you rotor heads, all you guys that like rebuilding engines, all you guys that fuck around with these front bolts on the fucking Renesis for fucking hours, swinging off fucking 2 meter fucking breaker bars and all that sort of shit. Watch and learn. This is old school. This is old school shit right here. See that? What's that? Is it 17 or 19? I think it is. Yep, 19. That's all you need. Watch and learn. Hey guys, what's happening? Here's one for you. Freaking all you rotor heads, all you guys that like rebuilding engines, all you guys that fuck around with these front bolts on the fucking Renesis for fucking hours, swinging off fucking 2 meter fucking breaker bars and all that sort of shit. Watch and learn. This is old school. This is old school shit right here. See that? What's that? Is it 17 or 19? I think it is. Yep, 19. That's all you need. Watch and learn.
Alright, I want to see which way that rotates. Alright, 19 mil, I believe, the front bolt, which is notorious on these Renesis engines especially. I've got a breaker bar in there that goes through there. Now what I've done, I've got this battery out of this car over there. I do have a high torque starter motor. I'm going to try this once and once only. If it doesn't crack, I'll have to do it outside, but I believe this should work. So I'm going to film it in a very second. Alright people, here goes. Hook up my battery and hope that this works. Alright, I might try something else. I'm going to try pushing, I'm going to undo the battery for a sec. I'm going to try pushing this down. A little bit. Ooh. That's sitting right on there. Right there. Alright, look, what we'll do, we'll try it one more time. And if it doesn't work, I'll have to crack it outside the car. Alright, what do we got? I heard something there. Okay. Give me a minute, I'll just get everything undone so I don't kill myself. We'll see if I've loosened the bolt. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that. No fucking around with fucking 2 meter long fucking breaker bars. No needing anyone to come and give me a hand, because I don't have anyone. It's just me. And I fucking smashed it. Fucking cheers, boys. Alrighty, obviously that bolt's loosened off now. I'm just going to tighten that back up by hand so it doesn't fall out or shake around. So the engine mount's off on this side. The starter motor, I'll get underneath and do that. I've just set this thing up here at the moment just to hold the engine up. Now what I can do is I can put that wheel back on and it doesn't have to come off anymore for now. Yeah, so I'll be doing this engine mount next, and then I'll get underneath and do those 2 air conditioner bolts, the starter motor, and a few other bits and pieces. Maybe I've missed something, bro. Maybe I've missed something, bro. Put the breaker bar in. That's it. Turn the motor over. That's the whole job. Don't see how that is difficult. But anyway, apparently it's hard. Alright, driver's side engine mounts out. Basically, I'll put the wheel back on. And then that's holding that for now anyway. As soon as I put the wheel back on, I'll clear all this out and have a look at taking that header off and all those other bits and pieces under the car. I don't think it's going to be a big drama, but pretty straightforward. That's my full 3-inch exhaust. So yeah, just the Canon, no resonator, nothing. That goes onto the header, and then that obviously joins onto there with the V-band. That's going to go onto this car. Alright, yeah, all the exhaust system's off. I've just put it inside. It's going to go onto this car eventually. That's it there, pretty much. Just joins from the header and then onto there. Eventually, what I can do, if I go turbo, I might cut that and just V-band it or something. But for now, it's going on the NA. Alright, we'll have a bit of a look under here and see what needs to come off. Oh, that heater hose, that's no worries. Everything's off on this side. I'm going to go through because I noticed a couple of these bolt heads are a bit rusty. So what I'll do, like these ones here, I'll probably spray them and then let them sit overnight, and then I'll go through and undo all this bracket, this mount. I don't know how heavy it's going to be, but there's a couple of bolts there. I'm just going to spray them. There we go. Same with these ones here. Give them a bit of a spray. I think, oh, dripping on me. Oh yeah, transmission linkage. It's no big deal. One bolt there, and then there's probably some mounts underneath. Oh, here we go. Here's another 2 bolts. I'll just get myself out of the way first before I spray. Try not to freaking soak myself in the shit. There we go. Nothing else I can see. Oh yeah, well that will come off, but I'm not going to take that off yet. First of all, I will make sure everything's off, and then yeah, I reckon it's probably about an hour away of coming out, the whole thing. But that's me for today. I'm done. All packed up. A couple of little things to do in the morning, but the bulk of it's done. I'm happy. Fuck, I like these ramps, eh? These ramps and this clearance that I have under here is just a lifesaver. Imagine trying to work on that with some jack stands. Not for me, man. I've done that enough in my life. I need a bit of luxury. Even if it's not a hoist, it's better than fucking jack stands. Alright, I've got to get under there and undo that brace that goes from the transmission to the differential. I've got a 21mm here, a few different types of extensions and a universal, and this thing here. I've already sort of pre-loosened them yesterday, and then I've got to undo the tail shaft, but I'm not going to be filming it because I need both my hands, so that's just the way it is. that's the front of the gearbox where it mounts. So it goes, yeah, you got 2 bolts there and 2 down there, and then you've got 2 here, 2 there, and then 1 that goes into the side of the diff. As you can see, I've got a jack underneath it at the moment. What my plan to do is I'm going to put my brace back on the engine. I'll leave the jack under there for now, and then I've got to get underneath and undo the tail shaft, and then I'm pretty close. It's just a matter of fuel line, heater hose, and these oil cooler lines, pretty much. Oh, and that brace, which is, it's all like just little things, but they won't take long. I've just got to make sure it's all secured first before I get under there. Looking good, but. All right, the tail shaft is out. That gearbox is supported for now, but what the plan is, I need to get under there, take that brace off, undo that heater hose, or cut it, these oil lines, and then hook it up. Oh, and fuel line as well. Couple of little things. All right, everything's out except for that fuel line and that heater hose, which I'm just going to chop. I'm not going to chop the fuel line, obviously, but I'll chop the heater hose. Now, all I've got to do, I've got a bit of a pan down here. What I want to do is drop the jack and then drop the engine hoist, and then what I'll do, I'll get the jack out of there. Oh, I won't drop the engine hoist, I'll just leave the weight on there, and then I'll put this ram in there if I can't get the low height, if you know what I mean. I've got that much. I might get it, I might get it. At the moment that intake's hitting on there. That's all right. It's all good. Everything's unplugged, I think. What's that cable there? I'll go have a look. All right, always have a backup plan. That's good for soaking up fucking tranny oil. Yeah, what a fucking mission. I haven't really damaged anything, but which is good. What a fuckery, man. What a mutt. This fucking mutt of a fucking ABS. I'm gonna bypass the cunt. I fucking hate ABS. Fucking mutt. So what have I damaged? Not really much. The oil lines, which I've got spare ones, I should have just taken them off. I've damaged this little bracket a bit, but everything else seems to be intact. Bit of a scrub on the, whatever the fuck that is. That fucking brake line. I don't think I've damaged it. It's just a plastic fucking shit on the top of it. So yeah, transmission's on the trolley. All I've got to do is just jack this up a little bit so I can get it out. But yeah, like I said, got to fix that. That is okay. I don't think I've gone into the brake line there. Nothing else really. The condenser, I tapped that, but I mean that was there already. That was there, and that was there. So it is what it is. It's called an RX-8 fuckery. Alright, that's her. Only just, it should come out now. See if I can do this with one hand and... What's that? Oh, the old dipstick. The old fucking dipstick. You mother. Alright. What we'll do... I'll have to do this with two hands. Out she comes. Thank you. Not many battle scars, bit of a cut here. Bit dehydrated, but should be right. Sorted. All packed up, cleaned up, and I'm happy I've accomplished what I wanted to do. Engine and transmission's out. I'll probably start having a look at this next week, man. I'm over it at the moment. I'll just freaking cover it up. Catch you.